Welcome back. So now I'll just clean up all of this code we have available right now because I want to start using Bootstrap the right way. So let's start by going into the customer details CSS file right here and just clear it. Let's jump into the customer detail component HTML file and just clear it, except for the button. I want to keep the button because that's so pretty. I want to go into the customer detail component and remove this time because that was just for testing and showing you guys that it actually worked. So now we only have a button available. Let's have a look. There we go. Only a button. That's very shiny, and that actually still works. We can go back if we want to. Sweet. What I want to do is I want to actually wrap my entire Bootstrap setup inside what we call a container. The container is going to, for me, make some kind of layout to only grab a part of the screen depending on the size of the screen. So it's going to give you margins on each side automatically. So I want to kind of use the power of Bootstrap by adding this div to the outer layer of my view. So in our case, the view right here is the customer detail view, and I'm going to go and add the button inside the container class. Now think of this just as some styling I'm adding to this div to kind of make it shiny. So let me just save this and show you guys what I mean. Now because I added that container, I got some margin here on each side. You'll see it over here as well if I put in a border, but just trust me, it's over there. So now we kind of have the back button moved a bit more to the center, right? We have some margin on each side, and that's just very cool. Jumping back to my code, I want to do one more thing. I want to add another div here with another class called the row, because now I can actually start deciding how much space should I give for my button right now. Later we'll make it into a menu bar. So, but for now it's just a button. But inside a div called row right here with the class of row, and notice it'll try and help me here to figure out it should be called row, and yes, it should. And then I'm just going to move it inside that div right here. So think of this as me just making a single row right here. So if I try and press the small select icon here, you can see this is now a row, right? And then I'll make another row for the next part of my details page, right? I'll make another row, and I'll kind of try again to divide and conquer and try to split my application into smaller parts. That was it. Now we kind of have the overall container. We have a single row inside that container. You can go read a lot more about this in here if you want to. And there's a lot to learn. You can go and read about the grid system, and that's actually where we need the rows. You can start doing this and splitting different columns here. We're not going to do that yet, but we will work with it later. So now we just added the overall container. Next lesson we'll go and have some fun with adding some components. See you next time.